Welcome back into the den. I'm Tobin, here to count down my top 10 slant DE razors. Gonna do it Casey Kasem style. Well, kind of, sort of. Not really. You ready to get slanted? I'm ready. Well, hell, I'm already slanted. Let's go. Starting with number 10. I got like 25 different, well, no, I have a little over, I got too many razors. I got a bunch of slants. Let's just get slanted. How you doing? The Parker semi slant. Now we're just gonna try and go through this quickly as I continue to make it take longer than it needs to take. This isn't like actual reviews. We're just gonna go through it. But the semi slant, I don't consider this a semi slant. It's a slant. The Parker number 10. The cheapest place I found it is Shave Supply and Razor Emporium. They both have it for $30. I have the rose gold. I originally had the graphite. And long story short, I bought it when they were brand new back in like May of 2020. And I highly recommend with all these, you guys, if you have Amazon Prime. I don't normally promote Amazon, but one thing I like about Amazon is I'm able to buy things and return them without any remorse. I pay for Amazon Prime. Amazon is a major corporation, and I have no hesitation or reservation about doing returns with them. It's part of why I pay for Prime. And so when this first came out, I bought the graphite. I wasn't that impressed with it, and after a few days, I returned it. I have the rose gold because a member of the community gave it to me a couple of years ago, and well, it was a gift. I'm not getting rid of it. I do enjoy it. I love all 10 of these razors. I have nearly 30 slants. As you'll see here in a minute, some of them are the same, just different colors. Some are vintage, some are modern. I really only have about like 18 different slants. So let's keep going. But just know I love all of these. This is extremely hard to put together. I do enjoy this. I bought it though originally to check out the semi slant. There's no semi about it. The semi is marketing. It's a slant. All right, number 9, the Ikon X3. Really, the only place to buy this is from Ikon that I'm going to recommend to you today, and that's $49.99. This is a great little razor. I do prefer like 3-inch handles, bulldog style, and so you'll see that a lot of the razors in my den, when I get a bulldog style. I don't mind using a 4-inch handle. I just prefer a 3-inch handle with most of my razors. Moving right along. Number 8, the SR71 from Holy Black. This is the slant. Don't confuse it. They also call their regular straight bar the SR71. So this is the SR71 slant. This is the heaviest slant that I have in my den. The cheapest place I found it was that Razor Emporium for $49. So coming in at number 8 is the SR71 slant from Holy Black. The head, pay attention to the head. The one complaint that you'll find about it is that the head is very beefy. It's very bulky, but because of it, the whole thing is heavy. You know, you get this. You don't need to push with this one at all. Slants are mild, you guys. They can be very mild. This next one is an homage, basically a clone, not an exact clone, but an inspired by the Fasan Ghost is what it's known as, and that is the filament from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, coming in at number 7. This is made out of ABS. It is very lightweight, but it is made extremely well. ABS is the type of plastic that car bumpers are made out of, bicycle helmets are made out of. It is a durable plastic, and this one retails at PAA for $26.95. And full disclosure, as always, if you use my PAA links, I will receive a commission from your purchase. So in the description, the only links that I will profit from, that I will earn a commission from, are Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement links. All other links in the description, there'll be a handful, I will not. Number 6, the Fatip La Storto. Maggards has this for $32.75. I really like this razor. I do. It is beautiful. Fatip does a fantastic job of just creating these aesthetically pleasing razors. I had low expectations when I actually originally first bought this from Fingerhand. Fingerhand still has it, but you can get it cheaper at Maggards. All right, that was number 6. Moving on into the top 5. Again, I love all of these, and from one year to the next, my list could be different, but like I've been trying to put this together for a couple of months, and this is what I decided to go on, and the last few days I've been moving them back and forth. I love slant razors. If I could only have one type of razor, it would be a slanted DE razor. Number 5, the most expensive one out of the lot, the Rex Console. And this is also the only adjustable slant razor that I have. When I shave with it, I always shave with it between 2.5 to 3. It depends on the growth. And with adjustables, I'm not the kind of guy that changes up mid-shave. You know, some guys, they might start out with an aggressive setting, and then with each pass they go down. Or some guys do the exact opposite. They start out with a mild setting, and then with each pass, they go up. Me, with almost every single shave, every single adjustable, I pick a setting and I just go with it. And this one, depending on my mood, and to be honest, I think too, one of the biggest factors is which blade I have in it, whether it's a feather, a kai, or something like that. 2.5 to 3.5 is where I always land with it. This is at Razor Emporium for $349. If you have the money, I highly recommend it. If you aren't like Scrooge McDuck and swimming in money, avoid it. Because these other razors, for me and how I shave, do the exact same job and at a fraction of the cost. That doesn't take anything away from my love of that razor. It is an heirloom, legacy piece, whatever you want to call it. But I also believe that all these other razors, including this ABS, if treated with a little TLC, all these razors are going to outlast me. Which, as you can tell from the gray, shouldn't be too much longer. Number 4. This is the newest slant in my collection, and that is the Timeless Slant from Timeless Razor. $54 at Timeless. It is aluminum. It's our first aluminum in the countdown. It is, now this is what I call a semi-slant. And one thing too that I want to point out before I go any further, and I won't have to hold them all up to show you, but, excuse me, every slant in my collection except for this one. So this is the Fatip, but all the other ones are going to be just like this except for this one, okay? So this razor here is the exception. I'm going to show you what all these other slants have in common. They start high on the left and go low to the right. So you have a slant that goes from left to right, okay? Left to right. The Timeless is the only slant that I'm aware of anywhere, and certainly in my den, it is the only slant that it does the opposite. It starts out high and goes to low, or goes from low to high. It's the exact opposite. I'll put photos up there so you guys can kind of see a little bit more what I'm talking about. But this one slants from left being high to right being low. The Timeless goes from low to high. I love the way this thing shaves though, and it is a very, these two have a similar angle. Next, our second razor from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. This one is also made from ABS, and this one here is the Monster Slant. I have all the colors. If I had to have one favorite, it would probably be the red. There's just something about it. So here's the other ones. Glow and darks included. I believe right now the only one they're still out of is the green one. This is the Crimson Ghost from the Monster Slant series. It is a double slant. Now, double slant doesn't mean that it's doubly aggressive. In fact, it is less aggressive than the single slant in the filament. And that one there is the same as these old ones that were the Bakelites that he did years ago. So these These are all the same razor. These are his 3 discontinued Bakelite slants, and then this is the current filament that is from ABS. So these are the 3 original at PAA that were Bakelite. So this single slant is more aggressive than the monster slant. And if you've never tried either one of them or ever tried a slant, take my word for it. If you are wanting to try either one of these and you want something that's milder, more of an entry level, I would recommend any of these monster series over this. This one has the same price as the filament of $26.95. It's made out of that same ABS plastic, and with a little TLC, it's going to last just as long as these other razors. I've had all of them since they were released. I've had these for years, the Bakelites. They do require, you have to be a little more careful with them, but as long as you're careful with them, I mean, it's plastic, right? And they always say that if we put plastic in the landfill, it's going to last for a million jillion years. Well, I kind of apply that with these two. Anyways, now I'm rambling. So next we have the Merkur 37C. I love the Merkur razors. Manufacturers also love the Merkur razors. The Razor Rock 37C is a copy of it. I believe that actually the Parker Semi-Slant is a copy of it. The Parker also copied what they call it the variant, right? That's actually the Merkur Progress. Now I'm getting off on a tangent. Stick to the slants, Tobin. Focus. So, the Merkur 37C is officially my number 2 entry. But I believe that you can find the head of the Merkur 37C in a lot of slant razors on the market today. This is my modern 37C. This is a vintage 37C. The biggest difference between the modern and the vintage is the modern has a slightly smaller blade gap. So if you want to find a Merkur 37C that's slightly more aggressive, try and find a vintage one, and that would include like Hofritz, and there's a whole bunch of other companies, department stores that Merkur manufactured razors for. The Hofritz is basically just, it's a Merkur razor, but with the Hofritz tag. So anyways, the 39C is the exact same head as the 37C, except for this is a 4-inch handle opposed to a 3-inch handle. This one is also a vintage. So vintage 39C, vintage 37C. But for my official number 2 entry, I'm going with the Merkur 37C. You can get this at Amazon. And so if you're not sure if you really want to try slants or not, and you're an Amazon Prime member, I recommend buy it from Amazon. If you don't like it, send it back and get your money back. Beyond that, if you know you want one, I recommend Bull Goose and Shave Nation. They both have it for the same price of $49.50. Thindrahan has the 39C, so that's the 4-inch handle, for $55, but their 37C is more expensive. But for $5 more at Thindrahan, you can get the long handle. So if you want a short handle, 37C, long handle, 39C, exact same head. All right, number 1, what is it? Well, if you've watched me shave with it, you know how much I love this razor. Apparently, Pearl likes it too because Pearl just copied it. It is the Alpha Eclectic from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. This is also an aluminum razor. $69.95. It is currently not in stock. It is coming back into stock, and hopefully by the time you see this, and if you want to buy it, it is in stock, but currently it is not in stock. I love it. It has what was known as like the humpbacks, I think what they originally called it. This is inspired by a vintage razor, and it shaves like a dream. It really does. I know some people don't like aluminum. I like all materials, as you can probably tell from this review here. I've got everything from brass to Zamac to stainless steel, ABS, Bakelite, aluminum. I love razors. I love slant razors. If I had to recommend absolutely one slant to rule them all, it would be the Alpha Eclectic from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I love all 10, but as of today and in this moment, my number 1 is the Alpha Eclectic from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. That's my top 10. Do you have a favorite? Have you tried any of these? Is there anything out there that I should maybe try that you think I might not have? I'd love to hear about it. I could use a couple more slants. Let me tell you what, okay? It's a little big things, my friend. Like my friend Patrick Croman wanted to remind me of by gifting me my sign. This is the first video with that up there. It's kind of slanted. I know I need to fix it. You guys take care. Thanks for joining me in my top 10 slant razors.